AJ Styles wanted to explain himself because obviously we were all sitting here being like, this man really flew thousands and thousands of miles all the way to Elimination Chamber in Australia just to make sure LA Knight couldn't win. So he wanted to just let everybody know that he did it because LA Knight walks around like he owns the place and he actually doesn't belong in the locker room and he is not that guy. He's sick of his shtick. He wants to steal his momentum. And so he just wanted to make sure I'm going to be there. I want to take an opportunity of this moment and I'm going to put him in his place. Okay. And so it was like, okay. It's kind of funny that they waited like 2 weeks to have AJ kind of explain this, but I mean, I guess it is what it is. Better late than never. I don't know. But so I'm here for this. They're continuing that, which I'm kind of like, okay, so they're still hinting at the possibility of LA Knight versus AJ Styles at Mania. And I'm kind of okay with it. It's funny. I've kind of like flipped how I feel about it because once we started talking about LA Knight potentially becoming US champ at WrestleMania, I know I don't love it, but I feel like again they've removed him enough from the world title picture that I'm kind of like, okay, I've gotten more on board with it. I started to get my hopes up about him becoming a champion at Mania. So I was like, I really wanted to see him in the US title match. And I guess it could still happen. Like if AJ gets put in that match too, if it's going to be a multi-man match.
Yeah.
But I feel like I might be at that point where I'd rather see him there instead of him versus AJ.
Yeah, because we want to see him with a championship. That's the issue. But this feud could be legendary. I mean, AJ Styles and LA Knight going at it, like that's just a legendary feud.
And
So we're caught up in what do we really want?
I know.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like, LA Knight becoming a champion, I think, is mostly what people want to see. I don't know that it really matters for him right now for it to be at Mania. It'd be different if it was maybe the WWE championship down the road, like if it's his first time winning that title, then maybe, yeah, you'd want to see it at Mania. But him winning the US title, I kind of feel like it's fine if we don't see that at Mania. Like, as
Yes.
long as we can maybe have that going at some point, whoever ends up winning the US title, because it's like,
We see
if
Logan
it's
Paul.
not LA Knight, then who is it? I don't know.
Like Randy doesn't need it. I would like
No.
to see KO, but he really doesn't need it. So
Yeah, I know. I wonder,
no, I
maybe,
don't, Nathaniel. I
what
don't
if
want to
they
see Randy Orton win the US title. I don't think it makes sense.
what
I,
if
I
they had
don't care.
Austin? Oh, it's Austin Theory's already been US champion a bunch of
What do
times.
you
Never mind.
mean he's already been? He was the one who
I
carried the
know.
torch.
I know. I was just gonna say it would be a good way to get him to be a babyface. I was just gonna say it would go along with what I was saying, where
Yeah.
maybe he can make sure that Waller doesn't win or something. I don't know. So it's possible. I mean, if anything, they could both be in the US title match and then that can still spark something. I don't know. We still have no idea, is what I'm saying.
No idea.
But then we see LA Knight. He was not thrilled about what Mr. AJ Styles had to say, and he beat the
No.
crap out of a television.
I
So that
know. That
was
poor TV.
he was
Like,
really he was really going at it, you know?
I mean,
Uh
he was giving it his all with those chair shots.
I
He's
know,
like,
but he
yeah, yeah, yeah,
he was really
yeah.
sending a
Just
message to Mr. Styles with that.
he was.
I'm curious to see how this goes because there is no clarity in their situation. There's no clarity on the US title situation. And we're getting really close to Mania for there to not be clarity. So it's gonna be it was just 4 weeks. So it was just a month. So by this SmackDown, it'll be almost 3 weeks. So they have to figure it out now, man. They're gonna have to.
No, they do.